guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about 2021. So as I said in my last video, today I bring you my most anticipated movies of 2021. This list is just movies. There are plenty of movies that are coming out this year, at least that we think, that we know. Everything is still really up in the air. No one really knows what's going to happen, but there's a few movies that are set, mainly because they're going to be released on HBO Max. So those movies at least are set, and I have, I think, one of them in my list. But hopefully, at least here in Portugal, they're getting a bit crazy, but they're not as bad as in other places. So hopefully the movies will be released in theaters here and I can go watch them, because as I said, I much rather watch the movies, all movies in the cinema. But yeah, so just letting you know that these dates aren't 100% sure, like they're not set in stone, and there are a few movies here that don't have a date yet. Some movies I don't even know if they're coming out this year. They have been pushed back a couple of times, and there are other movies that are in post-production, so they'll most likely come out this year. But some movies don't have a date, and dates can always change, as we've seen last year. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The dates that I'm going to give you might not be the actual dates that the movies come out. It's just the dates that we know of as of now. So with that said, let's get into my list. So my number 10 is a movie that I had in my most anticipated last year. Actually, there are a few here that I had. There are 5 actually, but I changed a bit the order because some movies I'm not as excited about them anymore. Other movies I'm more excited than I was. So yeah, the list is a bit different, but there are some similarities with my previous one. And as I was saying, my number 10 is The Woman in the Window. For some reason, I don't see anyone talk about this movie. The book that this movie is based on is like really famous. It's one of those books similar to The Girl on the Train. And this almost has the same premise, with a woman that sees a crime through her window, but she has agoraphobia, so she can't leave the house. So not only this premise looks really interesting to me, but this also stars Amy Adams. So I have been really excited about this movie for a while. This was supposed to come out in 2019, I think, but it was pushed back. And as of now, it doesn't even have a year. I'm hoping this comes out this year, but I don't see anyone talk about it. So I don't know, maybe this movie will never be released and it will be forever in my most anticipated list. But yeah, I really want to watch this movie, but I'm losing my excitement. So yeah, I just want this movie to come out. My number 9 is a movie that I love the franchise, but I'm I'm afraid for this movie because they're changing things up like a lot. And I'm talking about Spiral from the Book of Saw, which is supposed to come out on May 21st. I love Saw. Saw was one of the first horror movies that I've seen. I even remember trying to watch the third one and not being able to, and then I got into it, and now it's one of my favorite franchises. And every time they announce a new Saw movie, I'm always excited. I'm always up for a new Saw movie, even though I know there's a lot already and they're getting a bit they're not the best, but I just love it no matter what. I even like Jigsaw. Might not be the best movie, but I still love the traps and everything. So I'm obviously excited about Spiral, but they're saying this is like a reboot, and not only these won't have like the same people, will not follow the same storyline, this won't have Billy the puppet, so that scares me a little bit. I'm a little bit hesitant about this movie, but if this has like really good traps, I'm happy about it. So I just hope this is gory as the other ones, and if they have that, I think it will be fine. My number 8 is a movie that again was supposed to come out last year, and as of now it doesn't have a date. The date was removed, and I'm talking about Antlers. Last year I was really excited about Antlers. It was like a creature type of movie, horror movie, with a kid, so it looked creepy but like interesting at the same time. And this is produced, I think, by Guillermo del Toro, so you know the practical effects will be pretty good, and that gets my hopes up for this movie. But with the date being pushed back and now being completely removed, I'm losing my excitement towards this movie, but I still really want to watch it, and it still made my most anticipated list, so yeah, I'm not as excited as I was before. Number 7, another movie that was in my last year's most anticipated list, and actually it was in my like 2019 one. This movie again has been pushed back so many times. I'm still pretty excited about it, but there's one thing that makes me a little bit hesitant, and yeah, I'm talking about the Kingsman, which is supposed to come out on March 12th. And the only thing that I'm not as excited about this movie is the fact that this one doesn't have Taron, and this one has a completely different cast. It still has the same director. Matthew Vaughn is still the director for this one, and that is great because I love his style. And from the trailer, this looks so much fun, so I'm still pretty excited about it. But again, it's a movie that has been pushed back so many times that I just want to watch it. Number 6, again, was in my last year's most anticipated video. And this one, unlike the other ones, I'm more excited about it than I was before. I'm talking about A Quiet Place Part 2, and this one is supposed to come out on April 23rd. I was a bit hesitant towards this movie, just like with Saw, because I loved the first one and I was afraid they were going to ruin the story and the first one with the second one. But after watching the trailer a few times, I'm getting really pumped about this movie, and there has been a few people that have seen it and they said it looks great and it is amazing. So my expectations are a bit higher than they were before, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. I can't wait to watch it. I think it's going to be great. From now on, from my 5th to my first one, it was kind of difficult to put the list in order because I'm like really excited about all these movies. So my number 5 is The Suicide Squad, which is coming out on August 6th. This one I'm pretty sure is coming out this year because it's one of those movies that's going to HBO Max. And yeah, you already know that I'm a huge DC fan, superhero fan. And this one again has Harley Quinn. You know, my most anticipated movie of last year was Birds of Prey. So I'm almost as excited for this one as I was for Birds of Prey. Obviously, this is in my 5th place, so I'm not as excited. But, you know, I just hope they do this story right. Because the first Suicide Squad movie, although I liked it, I can see that there are huge problems with it, and I think with James Gunn directing this new one, this is going to be great. Also, this one has a Portuguese actress, so I'm really excited to see her in the big screen and in something outside of Portugal, because I know her from like soap operas and everything, but watching her in like a major Hollywood movie, I'm really excited to see what she does. And yeah, I'm proud of Portugal, you know. My fourth one, it's a movie that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about, but the premise and the director, this one looks like it's going to be really good. I think this one was all shot during the pandemic, and I'm talking about Old, which is supposed to come out on July 23rd. This is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so just with that, I'm already so excited. I'm a really big fan of his like twist stories, and this one, the summary for this one says that it's about a group of people that find a dead body in a beach, and then they realize something is off about that town. Yeah, and that's pretty much what we know about that movie. My number three is one that is getting everyone so hyped up, and I'm talking about Spider-Man 3, or the untitled Spider-Man 3 movie, because it doesn't have like a proper title yet. But this one is supposed to come out the day after my birthday, which is December 17th, the day that the movie comes out. And I'm going to be honest with you, the main reason why I want to watch the movie is Andrew Garfield. Like, just the fact that we'll most likely have, there's rumors, three Spider-Mans. Like, Andrew Garfield is basically set in stone. I think it was confirmed. Tobey Maguire, not yet, but just like having Andrew Garfield is enough for me, because like they did him so wrong with that character, and I just want him to have another chance to be Spider-Man, because he was amazing. He is amazing. He's an amazing actor. So I just want to see him play that character again, and just that is making me so hyped up for this movie. It's my third one, and I haven't even been that excited about a Spider-Man movie in like with the last two movies, but this one is looking like really promising, and I just can't wait to see Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man again. My number two was my number two in my previous video, and I'm talking about Last Night in Soho, which is supposed to come out on April 23rd, just like A Quiet Place Part 2, so I don't know, I might watch this one first if they come out on the same day. But this one, I'm really excited, mainly, again, I'm just going to be honest, because of Anya Taylor-Joy. I love her, and this is also a horror movie which combines a bit of time travel. And from the stills that we got so far, it looks really good, so I'm really excited. I'm as excited as I was before, and yeah, I can't wait to see this movie. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm really excited about it. But the movie that I'm most excited about, it's a movie that doesn't have a date yet. It is supposed to come out this year, at least according to IMDb. It's in post-production, as far as I know, but this one, again, I want to watch because it has two actors that I love. I'm talking about The Lost Daughter. This is a drama, so it's a bit different for me, but from the summary and what I've read, it looks like it's a thriller as well, because this one says that it's about a girl that goes on vacation, and while she's in the beach and in her holidays, she discovers a dark secret about her past. So this might have some like dark undertones, some thriller, mystery, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm mostly excited about the fact that this stars Dakota Johnson and Oliver Jackson Cohen. You know, Oliver Jackson Cohen is like my new obsession, and I've loved Dakota Johnson since 50 Shades. I know it's not really a popular thing to say, but I love her ever since 50 Shades, and I love Oliver Jackson Cohen ever since The Haunting of Hill House. So that makes me automatically excited about this movie. Also, this is directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. That is also interesting. I think this is her first movie. I think she did a short, but this is her first feature film. So yeah, everything is looking pretty good for this movie. I'm excited about who directs it, the story, who stars in it. So yeah, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this movie, so I'm curious to see if the hype will catch up to this movie. So yeah. So yeah guys, I'm starting to run out of light, so I'm going to wrap up this video. These are my most anticipated movies of 2021. Hopefully half of them come out this year, because those movies were supposed to come out last year, so I just want at least half of them. Let me know in the comments your most anticipated movies, or just the movie that you're most excited about. I bet it's Spider-Man 3. But yeah, just let me know, and let me know if I've mentioned any movie that you weren't aware that was coming out this year or supposed to come out this year. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.